Okay, so today we're going to talk about adding a couple other features to the programs that we create. And the things that we're going to use today, you're actually going to use on your next programming assignment, which will be a continuation of the whack-a-mole. Um, that was a lab, right? Whack-a-mole lab that we did. So you're going to add images and sound to that game in order to make it better. And you're going to do some other stuff to it to make it better as well. Question? Technically speaking, for academic purposes, copywritten material can be used as long as it's not used for profiting. So technically speaking, we could use copywritten material inside of our programs because it's for educational purposes, um, and you wouldn't get in trouble. But I mean, there's so many places out there where you can get non-copywritten material that it's easy enough to go grab whatever it is that you need. All right, so let's get started by creating a new project. Um, Name it whatever you want to. And then when you get in, create a new class. Um, I don't know. Okay, so basically what we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys, number one, how to create an icon image and how to insert that inside of a control. And then I'm going to show you guys how to get uh, a sound clip and add that to a control as well. In order to do that, I actually have some stuff I'm going to put out, and we haven't done this in a while. I'm going to put out on the FTP site. I don't know if my emailing it to everyone is going to get to everyone, but I'll do it both ways just to make sure that everybody gets it. But before we do any of that, we're gonna set this stuff up. Actually, yeah, let's set it up really quick. So I'm going to show you guys a construct that I like to use whenever I'm creating these interfaces. That's a little bit different from what we've been doing. Everything at the beginning is going to be the same, right? So we're going to create our private final integer variables that are going to be width and height, withy, and I have no idea how um, wide or tall these need to be, so I'm just going to set them to something generic. And then, I don't know, this can be really simple. So we can put a single button on a panel and put an icon on that button, and then whenever you push the button, it makes a sound. So that'll handle all of it. So let's just do that. We'll just create a single button. So it's here where I'm going to show you guys kind of the different construct that I use. So we're getting now to where we're creating interfaces that are quasi-complicated, multiple panels, each one with its own layout. being put inside of other panels. This one's a little bit simpler. And the way that we've done it before is we've pre-allocated all the panels that we need up at the top, right? So created private variables for each one of the panels that we want to use. A better construct to use so that you don't have to keep track of the names of all of those panels necessarily is to, well, I don't know. I don't know if it's better or not. You still kind of got to allocate them anyway, but it's a local allocation um, rather than a global allocation. I actually don't know. I'll just show you a different way of doing it, and then you guys can decide which way you want to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a method that I'm going to call whatever, load controls, I guess, like I normally do. So I'm going to create this, and its return type is actually going to be JPanel rather than having a null return type. So I'm going to return a JPanel. So what I'm going to do inside of here is I'm going to allocate the panel. I'm going to add all my controls to it, and then I'm going to send that panel back as the return type to add to whatever it is that I want to add. And essentially what I'm doing when I'm adding it, well, I'll do that in a second. So let's get the panel created first off. We'll just leave the default layout. And then we'll add the button to it. So button panel dot add test button new J button, just like that. And then we'll return button panel. And so up here inside of the constructor, we now need to say add a call to load controls. Now what that keeps us from doing is, well, one, what it helps us with is it makes our code a little bit cleaner, right? So don't have the allocation of those panels up here at the top. All the panels that I return can be generically set and done whatever I want to. The thing that it messes up is what I showed you guys last time, where I iterated through the controls inside of a container. Whenever I did that, I actually addressed the container directly. And the only reason I could do that was because it was a global variable inside of my class. And so you can't directly access the panel in this case. It would actually be a lot more obscure to iterate through it because you'd have to first iterate through all of the controls inside of the JFrame, find the correct panel, and then iterate through the controls inside of that panel. So there's give and take to it, I guess. Since we're not going to be iterating, it really wouldn't matter in this case. But anyway, so I've got the button inside of there. I've got the panel inside of the frame. Now I'm going to set size, width, height, set title. And then I'm good. Okay, so now we're getting down to we're getting to the nitty gritty, right? So first off, we have to actually have an image to insert inside of the control. So we have to go get an image. So let's go get one. Open up a web browser. Go to Google, do an image search for whatever you want to. clip art, something specific. Um, I'll do clip art tree. I'm going to search for a tree. There we go. That one's gorgeous. Oh, wow. It's high definition also. Ultra high definition. Let's see it. Here we go. Get ready for the tree. It's coming. Oh, burn. I just want the image. View image. Ah, they bury it. Share me the image. There it is. Ooh, pretty. And then I'm just going to save this image. Maybe. Maybe this is the wrong image to go after. Maybe not. Desktop. Tree. Let me see if that actually saved correctly. Come on, tree. Yeah, I don't care. Okay, yeah, so I got the tree. It's good stuff. So you guys go find an image. Download it. Oh, this one. I like this one better. Oh, no, I don't. Maybe this one? Oh, that one's got some vines dangling down. That's good stuff. That one's a little more realistic. I don't like that. Ooh, there's one with a treehouse in it. Yeah, that one would fall over. Doesn't seem like it's secured to that tree very well. There's some dead trees. Ooh, here's multiple trees. Okay. Do you guys find something? Anything? Doesn't matter. Just get an image. Save it somewhere where you can find it. Huh. A lot of you guys using your own machine. So, okay. No, we can do it inside a Paint. We'll just do that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to open this image because right now, well, mine's gigantic anyway, right? So mine is huge. It's like 5,000 by 3,900 and something. I don't remember. Anyway, I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to say open with Paint, right? So big, gigantic tree. Now, the problem with the resizing, oh no, you can set it to pixels. Awesome. Good. Now, you have to be realistic with this, right? So mine's going to be super bad because I decided to pick a portrait picture instead of a landscape picture. And buttons are not portrait by nature. So maybe I have to change the size of my button to fit whatever it is that I'm using. Yeah, I'll just do that. All right, so 3,905 pixels wide by 5,000 pixels high. My entire viewing area for my frame is only 200 by 200, right? So I've got to get this down to something less. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the horizontal. No, I'll change the vertical. I'll change the vertical to 100 pixels. So I'm going to go from 5,000 to 100 pixels and then say, okay, right? Now it's tiny, but there we are. We're a little pixelated, but that's okay. We expected that. And then I'm going to save this thing as so that I don't overwrite my other one. It's going to save it as a PNG. I'm going to go ahead and save it as a JPEG file on the desktop. Bless you. Tree, and I'm going to name this one tree underscore small. Bless you. Any transparency is going to be lost if you save this picture. Do you want to continue? Yeah. I sure do. We'll mess with the transparency later. So did everybody get that done? No? That's good. Congratulations for failing. So just get an image, resize it down to something reasonable. Yeah? Maybe? Okay, I'm going to assume that most people have, or maybe there's some people that don't want to. that haven't done it. All right, so now what we're going to have to do is we're going to go inside of our program structure, and we're going to change it a little bit, right? So inside of here, I've got, oh, geez. I'm going to have to think for a second exactly where this stuff needs to be. I'm going to have to cheat for a second. Hold on. Okay, good. So at that same level. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on source. I'm going to say new. Is it going to let me? Nope, not going to let me. So I'm going to have to go actually into the structure itself. So I'm going to get inside my idea projects shortcut, scroll down to sound and image test, double click on source, and then create a new folder inside of there that I'm going to call images. And I'm just going to leave that open. Now when I go back inside of here, it should reflect that change whenever I make it. So I just created a new folder. That's it. You would think there would be a way to create a new folder inside of here. Oh, I need to do it at this level. New package. I don't want a package. Just want a folder. But it's not going to let me. So just create a new folder inside of there called images. Maybe a package is a folder. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Images. And that is where I'm going to put my tree image, right? So I'm going to go back inside of here, open up my Explorer window, open up Windows, and then just click and drag my tree image inside of there. So now I got tree small.jpg. And when I get back inside of here, I should see that image, and I should be able to double click it and then view it inside of IntelliJ. Yeah? Which part?
How did you get the image folder to show up in IntelliJ?
I went into it inside of Windows Explorer. I went inside of my idea projects and inside of my project itself, inside the source folder, and created a new folder called images. All right. Now we're going to go use the image inside of our button. It's going to be awesome. Here we go. So after I've allocated my button somewhere inside of here, there's two things that I have to do. So first thing I have to do is I have to create an image, and then I have to load that image inside of what's called an image icon that can actually be used inside of the control. So step one, create an image. So I'm going to say image, and I'll just call this img load, because this is what's actually loading the image into my piece of software that I'm writing here. Image IO dot read Now, this part's going to look a little funky, but I'll explain it as we go through. So it's wanting the image, right? It wants to know where the image is and where the heck do I get it. So I'm going to go out and say get class, which means go out and get my current project essentially, right? So get my project dot get resource. So take my project, find a resource inside of my project at the following location. What did I do wrong? Oh, I've got an unhandled exception. We will cheat with that one. There we go. I've got an IO exception that I just put at the header of the method. Should have wrapped it in a try catch, but I'm not going to. Does everybody understand that? Pretty much what it's doing, right? So get my project, go find a resource in my project that's located in this place. Images, tree underscore small, right? And I know it's there because I can go images, tree underscore small dot JPG. Where's my error?
It's under controls.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
That's why we should wrap it inside of a try catch so we don't have to put IO exceptions all the way up. Right, so now we have the image. Now we're going to load that image inside of an icon or an image icon. So we're going to say image icon, and this one's just going to be the image. So I'm just going to say img, new image icon, and then just give it the image itself, image load, and then it wants a description of what the image is. Small tree, in my case. Yeah. Maybe. Okay. So now let's actually put that inside of the button itself. So I'm going to say, what is it called? Test button dot set icon image. I'm also going to say test button dot set preferred size. Now this icon was like 100 pixels tall by something wide. Don't remember what it was. So I'm going to set my, really? I'm going to set my width to be, I don't know. I can't remember how wide it was. Anybody remember? No, that was how tall it was. I set the height, maybe 75. I'm going to set my width to 75. I'm going to set my height to like 110. So that should be it. I should have an icon inside of there now. Or I should have that image inside of there as an icon. So let's go check that out. Oh, stinking. Should have wrapped it in a try catch. Would have been a lot less code. Frame dot set to close operation. JFrame exit on close. Frame dot set visible true. Let's go see what that looks like. I did add the panel to the frame, right? Yeah, I did. Aha! There we go. It's obviously wider than 75. Maybe. I don't know what the dimensions are. I guess I can look really quick. Stop being lazy and look. Properties, details, 78 by 100. So I should have set it to like 80, which I will do now. Not 10. 10 bad. 80. There we go. Now we're talking. Now I can see the whole tree. Right, so I just got a button with an icon inside of it. Yay, hooray. Now I have to make it have a sound. I'm gonna have to turn on I'm gonna have to turn on my speakers, and I don't even know if I've got speakers attached to this thing. Actually, oh, I'll just hear it in my ear because my thing plugged up. Bird, you guys don't get to hear anything. So I need something related to a tree. I don't.
Dogs.
Tree sounds? TreeSoundsStudios.com.
Oh.
It's kind of disturbing that exists.
You should set the sound of one-hand clapping.
I can actually make a sound.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So this is like a sound studio. Gotcha. The wind in the trees for 10 hours.
Yeah.
10 hours of wind in the trees. That is a poor use of bandwidth.
Wind helps scream. Do that one.
For 11 hours, 36 minutes.
Tree sound clips. Tree falling. I like it. That's better. Sound snaps. Tree sounds. Sound snaps sounds like a legitimate place. Ooh, what does this one sound like? That's like 4 minutes long. I need something way shorter. It sounds good in my ear, though. What's this one? Breeze trees. Breeze trees. I'm trying to think if I've got something on here that I can clip that. What is this one? It's like somebody cutting down a tree with some sort of what sounds like not a chainsaw, more like commercial logging equipment. Birds, seagulls. Not many seagulls sit in trees. No, I need something shorter. Okay, doesn't matter. I'm not going to find a good clip, so I'm just going to use one that I've got. You guys go find something. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter how long it is either. 10 hours is probably a little too much, but go find something. Yeah, that's not bad. And then we're going to create a new folder inside the same place where we created our images folder. This one called Sounds. And then I've got some existing sounds that I used for the Whack-A-Mole game the last time I created it. Don't remember what these things sound like, but we'll see. This is obviously what happens whenever you miss the mole. Okay. Yeah, something like that. We'll see. Inside of my idea projects folder, inside of the folder for this project, and then inside of the source folder of that. So the looks like this, right? So Windows, users, Schultz, idea project, sound and image test. Inside of source, I made, right? So com.company's there, images and sounds. All right. So what we're going to do is we need an action listener because this needs to happen every time we push the button. So we're going to say test button dot set dot add action listener. Whatever, new button listener. Inner class, implement the method, and then inside of here, we're just gonna, well, you can make it generic, but we're not going to. We're just actually gonna do it. Okay. So I should have inside of my sounds folder a wave music file. A WAV music file. And I got to set that up. So first thing I got to do is I got to create what's called an audio input stream. This is going to be used to actually input the audio into my project. So audio input stream. In stream, I guess. Why does the word stream look weird to me? Audio, not system. Yes, no, that's exactly what I want to do actually. Audio system dot get audio input stream. Da-da-da-da. Some good sounds going on. So get audio input stream, and let's give it the location of it. So we got to go get class dot get resource and give it the location. So sounds slash what was it named? Miss.wa miss.wav. So miss.wav, wavy wave, and more. Oh, surround in a try-catch. Yes. Unsupported audio file exception. That is a very specific exception. Wow. All right. I like it. Okay, so I might as well put everything else inside the try-catch also. What the heck? Collapse, please. Audio input stream. Where is it? Lop off. Wow, right there. Okay, so let me kind of put this on multiple lines so that it can be seen. Anyway, that's what it looks like. So I'm going to take that audio input stream and I'm going to put it inside of an object called a clip. So clip, I don't know. What now? Another exception? Add that catch. Boy, there's a lot of exceptions going on here. Line unavailable exception. Good stuff. So now I'm going to say clip dot open in stream. Right, so the first line is go get a generic clip. Basically, we're instantiating it, right? And so because I don't want to go through the hassle of instantiating it manually, I'm just going to call what's called the audio system class. And inside of there is a method called getClip, which will go out and create a newly formed clip and then send it back to me. And so I'm just going to use the one that they create. And then I'm going to say clip.open and give it the audio stream that I want to open. And then the last thing I do is say clip.start. And that's it. So now when I run this thing, I should see my tree. I should be able to click it. It's actually backwards, I think. I think I mislabeled that image. I think that was I think that's the one I used for when I actually hit the gopher. But anyway, it's making a noise right in my ear. Anybody else get it to work? Let me hear some sounds. Anybody? Wow, have you guys been doing it? Have you guys been doing anything? I went fast. It's all right here.
My image
No, I
didn't
don't
load.
even know where you got the MSC lost me on the try catches.
On the try catches?
Yeah, I was like trying to extra catch, and I just.
All I did was Alt Enter. I didn't even type any of that stuff. It just did it for
I
me.
think I'm gonna have to rewatch this.
Oh, come on. Nobody got it to work.
Don't worry, if I watch it, I'll make it public.
And the next thing I know, I was like,
You didn't get the stuff in load controls? So this part, there isn't anything in here except when I put the action listener. Come on, I want to hear somebody's sound.
I mean, I could just go back to Google Impressions.
No. I want it to work inside of your program. Oh, everyone's a loser today except me.
it's almost like you have the rest of the week off or something.
Yeah, it's like you're not even trying. What did you even come here for?
That's
Why did you even come to class? So what? Huh? Eh? Nobody got it to work?
I didn't get the image to work.
Come on!
Britt, David, you're
Now it
full.
feels like a lab.
Hold my hand.
It's a lab because no one succeeded. What? Why do I got to go down more? Just Alt Enter.
I don't have one.
If there's a red squiggly line, click on it and push Alt Enter. No one got it to work. This was good times. I'm glad we had class today.
Do you remember when this?
I'm not posting this video. I'm joking. I'm going to post it. Losers.
You went
You don't
one
have
plus
to tell me
one
something I
time.
already know.
Mine worked fantastically.